Good evening. I'm Dana Foster. Thanks so much for watching Sun Valley News. Now we're on a new platform tonight, and we are going to be broadcasting from YouTube from now on. So if you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Now you can also join chats if you have any questions or you'd like to share any stories. Just go to our Sun Valley News live at 5 YouTube channel and you can message there. Also, if you're watching on Facebook or you've seen the links on Facebook, well, you can just go to www.sunvalleynews/live stream. So there you go. So that's sunvalleynews.ca/live stream. And thank you so much for watching. So let's get into our news for tonight. Again, I'm Dana Foster, and you're watching live at 5. It's Monday, September 20th. It's currently 18 degrees and mostly cloudy. Yep, that's right. It's election day. You can vote today. And you have a few more hours until 7 o'clock. You can go to any of these locations. You can go to Clinton at Memorial Hall, Cache Creek at the Community Hall, including also in Ashcroft, the Community Hall. That is 409 Bancroft Street. If you're in Spence's Bridge, you can go to Clems Hall on Highway 8. So what do you need to vote? Well, you need your information card along with your voter ID, and you will not be asked for a vaccination proof. However, you do need to wear a mask, and then also if you have any other questions, you can go to elections.ca. And also, if you want to bring your own pen or paper, they'll be available, but you can also bring your own. So there you go. Good luck getting to the polls today, and that is all I have for you for Elections BC. I know I'll be watching it tonight on Global News. That's my favorite news channel to watch. So you can let me know if you're going to be watching the election coverage tonight. Let us know what your thoughts are later on tonight. All right. Also happening on September 30th at 2:15 is going to be the Tecumseh First Nation community will be holding a worldwide drum sing and song circle. This is for the missing children of Indian Residential School. This will be happening on the first Canadian National Day of Truth and Reconciliation on September 30th at 2:15. Tecumseh is asking everybody to join to learn the Secwepemc honor song. You can go to tecumseh.ca/drum to learn how to play that song. It's also on their social media channels as well, so you can go check that out if you want to learn how to drum that song. And again, that's happening September 30th at 2:15, and that is Pacific time. Locally, First Nation groups are working on planning an upcoming event, and details will be announced soon. And this week is the beginning of the semifinals for the Powwow Pitch. They've started today in Atlantic Canada, running all the way until Saturday. But on Tuesday, it's Quebec. Wednesday is Ontario, and Thursdays it is going to be the Prairies, and then on Friday will be British Columbia. You'll see yours truly pitching for Foster Media Group, so you can be sure to watch that. That's happening, yes, on September 4th. You can watch that Pacific time at 3 p.m. Just go to powwowpitch.org. Now, the semifinals are starting at 6 p.m. Again, that's Eastern time, and they are wanting everybody to watch the show for that semifinals. Now, also, there is some incentive. There's going to be a giveaway. There's going to be giveaways, prizes through watching that event, and the finalists will also be announcing. So the entrepreneurs that will be going on to the finals will be announced as well. So that will be fun to watch on a Friday night. So there you go. that is what I have for you today. We got sent in a awesome photo. Let's take a look at that. Yeah. Thank you so much to Kim Lawson who sent this beautiful video of the Fort Burns Estate Winery. It's just gorgeous out there. Thank you so much for sending that in. And we're going to move into our weather and roads. And Weather and Roads is brought to you, Weather and Roads is brought to you by Andre's Tire in Kamloops for the best service at the best price and the largest selection in town. Go to Andre's Tire World, and that's located on 341 Victoria Street West. Let's take a look into our weather for today. Let's go over here. There we go. All right, weather for tonight, partly cloudy. And then a wind gusting up to 30 kilometers to 50, becoming light after midnight. You also see a low of 11 for the Ashcroft and Cache Creek area. Weather for tonight, clearing late this evening, and then a wind will be gusting up to 20 kilometers, and then you'll see a low of +5 for tonight in Lillooet. It is cloudy with a 30% chance of showers early this evening, then clear over the evening. You'll see the wind dying down, going from 20 kilometers and then becoming light later on in the evening. You'll see a low of 6. In Clinton, tonight, cloudy, a 30% chance of showers early this evening, then partly cloudy. There is wind tonight. We'll be gusting up to 40 kilometers, and then you'll see a low of +5. So that is your weather for tonight. Let's take a look into our roads. Take a look at that beautiful video there. All right, let's go into our roads. Highway 1 in both directions. There is construction work between Highway 8 and Cornwall Road. That is 9 kilometers, 9 kilometers south of Cache Creek to Spence's Bridge. That's going to be happening all the way until November. You can expect 5-minute delays, and then also watch out for signage and personnel. On Highway 97, there is some road sweeping that's going to be happening there, and you're going to make sure that you're slowing down. Highway maintenance or bridge maintenance is happening on Highway 99, and that's near Lillooet. There is going to be work happening around for 7 days a week and all the way until the end of September. You might see about 15-minute delay, so make sure that you're slowing down as well. There is construction work that's happening until the end of the month. You're going to see 10-minute delays. That's 4 kilometers north of Lillooet. There is single lane alternating traffic, so make sure that you are slowing down, and then possible delays of 10 minutes. And then over on Deadman Vedette Road, that road has a travel advisory. The road is closed due to the danger of falling trees and active work in the area. For road conditions, you can go to drivebc.ca, and if you have an accident to report or something that's happening out on the roads, you can report that either by emailing us at info@sunvalleynews.ca or call us at 236-597-NEWS. There you go. That is your roads and weather, brought to you by Andre's Tire World in Kamloops. Go to 341 Victoria Street in downtown Kamloops. So we've been talking about all the increases of wildlife and bears. So I reached out to Wild Safe BC to find out how we can be safe with the wildlife around in our communities. So here is that interview. Let's take a look. And we're now joined with Vanessa Isnardi from the Wild Safe BC. Thank you so much for joining us today, Vanessa.
Very, very much my pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Okay, so we have seen an increase of bears and wildlife in our communities. What can you share about why we are seeing an increase, or why it could be we're seeing an increase in wildlife in our communities?
Absolutely. So we're actually noticing a trend province-wide where we're seeing more bears active in communities this season, where they came a little bit earlier than usual. And very often bears will come into communities seeking out sources of food, especially at this time of year because they need over 20,000 calories per day. So they're a little hangry right now.
Yeah.
They need to put on all this fat in order to survive the winter when they don't eat, drink, they don't even defecate in their dens. So that's a long time to go without eating food. So right now they're very active, over 14 hours a day. They can be active day or night, seeking out food sources. And what we're noticing this year is because of the dry weather that we had over the season, and the heat, a lot of the natural foods ripened early. So they love berries. Berries are a prime source of sugar for them, and that's how they put on their fat. And we noticed that that came early this season. So they started running out quite early. And now they're being drawn into our communities by the smells of food.
And what can people do if they encounter a bear? How can we keep safe during this time?
Absolutely. So we want bears to remain wild in natural spaces. Their populations will go up and down with, some of the traumatic events that we've had with the fires and loss of habitat. But these are all natural things that occurred. This year's been a little bit more extreme than most, for sure. But the worst thing that can happen is for a bear to actually start associating communities with sources of food. They spend a little more time in our communities. They might get into conflict with people, their dogs. Children aren't going to be as comfortable going out in their backyards. So the most important thing we need to do is remove the reasons for the bears to come into our communities. And that means picking the fruit off our trees, making sure that our garbage is secure, kept inside. If you don't have a secure place to keep it indoors, then finding other means to keep it out of their reach. And we give a whole slew of ideas and options for people.
Now, what are then the two, or what are the top three things that attract bears, and what can residents do to prevent that attraction?
For sure, they're looking for anything that will give them a source of food and calories. That is the number one thing that they're looking for. So that could be any natural, what we think of as natural, like apple trees and fruit trees, and anything that is organic in your garbage will definitely give them a food reward. So these are the things that we want to make sure we secure. And I know fruit trees are really hard for people. So I just did an electric fencing workshop in Penticton showing people that electric fencing is an option for people to keep their trees safe. It prevents the bears from causing damage to the tree and then allows people time to pick the fruit. So definitely fruit trees and organics, anything that's organic is the number one food reward. They're also attracted to things sometimes that don't give them a food reward. Things that have a strong odor, even petroleum products will be an attractant for them. But what we focus on primarily are the things that give them a calorie food reward. Also, small livestock and beehives are very attractive to bears as well.
Okay, so people should keep in their pets at night then?
Absolutely. That's the best. Pets should be kept indoors at night. Dogs should be kept on a leash when walking in bear habitat. You don't want a dog chasing after a bear because it could bring the bear back on you. And with small livestock, good husbandry practices, and again, using electric fencing for chicken coops and beehives is a really great option.
All right. Now, if somebody is walking their dog and they encounter a bear, what are some steps that they can do, or what should they do when that does happen, or if that does happen?
Absolutely. So the first step is to avoid a bear encounter to begin with. So avoid going out at dusk and dawn when animals are more active. They tend to be a little bit quieter midday when they're kind of resting. This time of year, bears can be active almost all the time. But avoiding those dusk and dawn hours for other wildlife as well that might be active, such as cougars and other creatures. So if you do need to go out during those times, or if you're going out on nature trails or in areas that are a little less developed, make sure you call out with your voice. Make some noise, sing a song, go with a friend. Always best to walk with someone. And just making that noise will alert the bear of your presence, and they generally tend to want to avoid us. 80% of their diet is plant-based. They don't see us as prey. They want to avoid us as much as possible. So make noise. If you do see a bear, it's really important not to run. And teach your children as well, very important. If they see a bear, don't scare them, but just let them know if you see a bear walking to school, don't run. You want to stay calm and you want to back away slowly. For children, they're going to find an adult or a home nearby to seek some shelter. But for adults, we just want to back away and give that bear some space. And if you have a pet, make sure you have good control of that pet and you back away from the situation.
All right. If people want to learn more about wildlife and bear safety, where can they go?
Absolutely. So on our website, wildsafebc.com, we have tons of information on all sorts of wildlife, black bears, grizzly bears, cougars, wolves, coyotes, you name it, any animal we come into conflict with practically. And we also have a free course that's 30 minutes long that really goes into much more detail and will help you be more prepared when you're recreating in bear country. And you'll find a link to that on our website as well.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today, Vanessa.
Thanks for having me.